Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. Today's episode is going to be the June cocktail of the month
We
episode.
could call it the birthday month. Cause
Yeah.
It
It's our
could,
birthdays.
yeah.
Both of our birthdays.
And your anniversary.
Yeah,
true.
right? Yep.
So much to
This is a
to
celebratory.
party.
Celebratory
Celebratory.
cocktail.
We're doing
Exactly.
celebrations.
We're throwing a party here.
What do you got for us?
Yeah.
It's a very cool story. It's called the Murricane.
The Murricane. Like America or
I thought like frankincense and myrrh. Like no, it has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
no?
Named after the amazing guy himself, Bill Murray. Bill Murray.
Very cool.
He's got a pretty cool
He's
story.
got his own cocktail, huh?
He's got a pretty
All
cool
right.
story, and
Yeah.
my wife bought a big watermelon, and I had to smash that thing. So I had to make some juice. Puree some in a blender, strain it. Got yourself some watermelon juice.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So
go.
we got some watermelon juice. We've had the Saint Germain
Saint Germain.
before.
Yep.
Got a little bourbon going on, right?
Yep, a little
And
lemon juice,
lemon juice.
and we got some greenery, some health going on, some basil, some basil.
It's good for you, people.
Yeah.
Well, and the watermelon will hydrate us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All good all the way around. A little citrus, gets you alkaline or whatever.
We're gonna drink this and run some laps. No,
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So June cocktail, we're gonna let you work your magic and craft your thing, and I'm guessing you have a little history with that story.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a little story behind it.
Little story behind it. All right.
There's not
so-
too much info, but there's a little bit cool story actually.
So it should be if it's Bill Murray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought he was more of a Scotch guy, but why not?
Yeah, I think
Whiskey.
Yeah, well, they talked about him.
Okay.
Something. Well, but-
There's a story.
Yeah,
we'll
there's a
let
story.
Adam
There's
do
a
the story too. All right. We'll be back.
All right, the Murricane. Really funny story. Came out of like I said earlier, my wife bought a huge watermelon, and I wanted to. We've been eating watermelon for 2 days, and I wanted to puree up some juice. So to utilize the rest of this guy, we're going on vacation soon anyway. So this drink was created in a Manhattan bar called the Anchor. They got famous by their webpage. They essentially said, hey, come by, check us out, and we might even name a cocktail after you. Crazy idea, but a lot of celebrities and famous people started going there, and they indeed just create a cocktail on the fly. You can name it, and they kept it. John Mayer, Bill Murray, who this one's named after, a couple other actors. I'm drawing a blank of a few other people, but anyway, a lot of them are. I don't know. The owner said some of the drinks were really awful. People couldn't drink them. One actor, I can't remember who, even added Adderall to the cocktail. Yeah, anyway, a lot of them didn't make it. They were either crappy names or really bad flavors, but this one is actually a staple. It's still on there. So apparently Bill Murray walked in and said, hey, make me one out of chartreuse. I want a chartreuse cocktail. And they were like, what about bourbon? And he tried the cocktail and he was like, I love it. Name it, the Murricane. And they were like, well, you got any story about that? And he said, well, it's actually my nickname. Dan Aykroyd nicknamed me the Murricane during SNL because he was so, his personality was all over the place and he got pissed off a lot. So the Murricane. So yeah, we got bourbon, Saint Germain, elderflower liqueur. No simple syrup in this one. We're getting all of our sweetness from these guys. Fresh watermelon juice, lemon juice, and muddled basil. Shaken cocktail. So you need a shaker, jigger, muddler for muddling the basil. Strainer. This one, it's up to you. I mean, you're gonna get a little pieces of basil in the drink. Some people might get offended. Whatever. I'm gonna do it to make it look pretty. It's on the rocks, so have your a glass and ice chilling. Drink calls for 1.5 ounces of bourbon. We're gonna do 2 because that's how we do. We like to taste our bourbon. I'm gonna say I tried one earlier and I think it calls for 2. So 2 ounces of bourbon. We're doing 2 ounces of our watermelon juice. Give it a nice little shake. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of lemon. Three-quarter ounces of Saint Germain. Oh, look at that. I forgot to muddle the basil like I tend to do. But you're going to use 4 to 5 pieces of basil. Kevin's wife's got this beautiful plant going on outside, so they're big pieces. So I'm just going to do 4. Kind of, it's up to you, but I like to smack them, wake them up, just like mint. Oh, smells great. And you kind of just want to muddle these at the bottom. Don't get crazy. You don't want to, you're not making pesto. You just want to release those oils out there. And when you shake it on the ice, you're going to get a lot of that broken up too, so it's going to release in there as well. All right, we're going to add ice to our shaker. Cocktail served on the rocks. Like I said, you can double strain. You don't have to. There might be a few specks of basil going on, but we'll make it pretty. We'll go ahead and strain it out. For garnish, we have a peppered piece of watermelon. I'll put a little basil leaf in there as well. Wake it up. So we'll put it behind there. And it calls for a little bit of pepper on top as well. It's up to you. I'm going to put just a dusting because I love pepper. There we go. The Murricane.
All right.
All right.
This looks delicious.
Murricane, drink, right?
Murricane.
The Murricane.
Goddamn crazy Barrel Murray.
I didn't think about the America
Cheers,
thing. Here you go. Cheers.
It kind of looks like a watered down Bloody Mary.
Right?
It's got a look.
Especially when you get the pepper on top.
I might go with my watermelon, my peppered watermelon right off the rip.
I like that basil in it.
Yeah,
right.
That comes through
Oh.
stronger than I thought it was going to.
It's not that sweet too.
No, not
Or
as
as
strong
well.
sweet, but it's got a nice sweetness. It doesn't. Everything's showing up nicely.
Right.
I get a little bourbon. I get a little touch of the pepper.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little touch.
And then, the basil definitely shows up. And then, obviously, the watermelon's there.
And it's tasty eating it. I mean, if you're a black pepper fan, Nancy, not so much. Not so much, so.
Kind of smashable.
Yeah. This is to put in one of those those glass, the cocktails and,
But yeah, it's not,
pool drinker.
I wasn't sure.
About the watermelon?
I'm not a huge watermelon person. It's
Oh.
not my favorite. It's not my favorite fruit by any
Okay.
means. So I was just like, is that going to be? But it's not. It's there, but it's not an overwhelming note.
Yeah.
And I know how watery watermelon is, so I'm sure there's a lot of juice when you're juicing it.
Yeah.
It plays really well with everything else in there too. So no, that works. I don't mind that.
The recipe.
Now I know what to do with the watermelon.
There you go. I mean, it's really easy to. I mean, you just puree that stuff. I strain it twice, but even when you saw me strain it, it's still thick.
You kind of get the flavor wheel. You kind of picking up
It's a couple different things.
each
Savory,
one.
the sweet,
As it goes through, you're like, I get that, I get that,
Yeah.
I get that, I get that.
Yeah, I think the lemon juice kind of cuts through the sweetness
What's the
of
proof
this
on
guy.
that guy?
110.
110.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't have called that.
yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that.
I wouldn't have called that. That proof really gets buried. There's very little. I know there's whiskey in it, but is it really like? It feels a little buried underneath it. Like it mixes well.
My demo run, I did it with the foundation, the barrel foundation, the new, and that's 100 proof. And the same thing. I thought the same thing. I
Got a
taste
little
it,
buried
but
on
it's buried.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no proof. There's nothing.
I wonder if you left the pepper out, if you'd get more of it. Because the pepper is kind of a strong note in this.
Or what if you did it with a rye or something that had a black pepper?
Had some bite. That would
some
be
black pepper
actually
going on?
interesting because they should play off of each
Yeah,
other
they
a
should
little
play.
bit.
Maybe it would bring out the booze. I saw it and I went, this is something I can riff on. This is something you can do with tequila and something else, like agave, a little bit of something. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, this is a
No,
good one.
that's a cool cocktail.
Bring us into the summer.
Yeah, very, light, summery, you're got your watermelon by the pool and you got your watermelon
It's a
cocktail.
perfect celebratory cocktail for the
Exactly.
month of
Right,
June.
for the month of
Celebrating the birthdays.
Yep.
Got our greens in here, being healthy and
Our
stuff.
roughage.
Uh,
Our fruits.
good stuff. And Bill Murray, come on. Love the guy. Love him.
He's great. He's great. He's a lot of very memorable movies and different things on SNL, like you said, and yeah.
It's funny how he had that, I guess, that vibe back then where he was moody enough to be called the Murricane. Where
Right.
I think now, like, he just shows up. There's a guy that follows him. Apparently, he just shows up at weddings and people's parties, or he just goes to bars and kind of crashes parties and hangs out.
Bill Murray, sorry, you weren't invited.
Right?
No,
yeah.
not at
Come
all.
on.
Not
No,
at
stay
all.
as long as you take whatever you want.
Would you like to golf with me, sir?
Bill Murray stole my new Riff bottle. Like, he took it. Good stuff.
Great cocktail.
Very good.
You know, like Bill Murray, like the cocktail. So, all in all, very good.
Yeah, give it a try. Like watermelon?
Yeah.
It's great.
Even if you're not a huge fan of watermelon,
yeah, it's
still pretty good. It's still really
That's a
good.
good point, though. I'd like to try with a tequila or vodka.
Yeah.
Especially tequila tends to have a little bit of a pepper note to it. Certain ones.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting to play into that.
A little tequila, a little tahini on there.
I'm gonna wrap this one up because I'm gonna smash the rest of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining the June cocktail, the Murricane.
Murricane.
Fabulous drink. Again, very crushable. Very fitting for the month of June. You can definitely sit outside, sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Probably crush 3 or 4 before it hits you.
It's cool, y'all.
So yeah.
Before it hits you, and then it hits you.
Yeah, then it hits you.
2 ounces. 2 ounces.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the June cocktail of the month. If you did, as always, we'd love to support the channel and encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
Hey, right up here, we'll link to all the cocktails we've put out. There's a lot of different cocktails. There's, we've got a lot of wide variety with a lot of different spirits.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
always looking for suggestions. So if you have a cocktail you'd like us to mess around with,
Yeah.
a lot of fun to play around and figure out if it works or doesn't work. But we're down for experimenting.
Yeah.
Especially another one with watermelon, since we're tool. It's in right now. So.
Yeah, any summer ingredient, any kind of summer cocktail. What do you got? I mean, we've done smashes before. We've done, that's a good summer cocktail. Give me some else. Give me something else.
Yep. Love to hear from you.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.